Hi, I'm Mark Gaylor. Many of you may know me as a Sony imaging ambassador, but I'm here today to talk to you about the camera bags that I'm currently using. Now, I've just returned from a 2-week location shoot in Nevada and California, where I used both the Pilot 7L and 10L from Wotancraft. Now, these were the ideal bags. One, I could use them as carry-on luggage. I didn't check any baggage on this particular trip. And second, I could put the smaller 7L into one pannier on a Harley-Davidson Heritage Softail Classic, and the 10L on the larger or deeper of those two panniers. Now, I put all of the camera gear for that trip in the 7L. Now, I was carrying the FX30 and a range of small prime lenses, and this was the perfect bag for that particular job. Now, if you are using slightly longer telephoto lenses, then the 10L that I have here behind is ideal because it will take the 100-400 G Master vertically into this camera bag, of course, along with a full frame camera and a couple of other lenses as well. Now, one of the great things about these bags is you do have the option of going with this system, which is a magnetic system, and it's a one-handed entry into the bag, and that log is like a magnetic quick connection there. The Cordura fabric is waterproof, so long as you've got all of the entry points into the bag sealed, then these bags are completely waterproof. Now, I'm here, however, to introduce a couple of new Pilot messenger bags that extend the Wotancraft Pilot range. So we'll just put the larger of these two bags down and introduce these two new bags. Okay, so you can see they're substantially smaller. Now, these have come at a timely point for me because I'm intending to take the larger of these two small bags on my next location trip. I'm going to spend 1 month in India, and I'm going to put all of my camera gear into this larger of the two small Pilot messenger bags. So I thought you'd be interested to see what it is that I'm actually getting in these bags, and whether they would be of interest for you if you're also a photographer who has embraced the joy of traveling really light. So let's just put that 7L down. I have to say that 7L is my favorite all-time messenger bag. Now, in the smaller of the two Pilot messenger bags here, I've got an APS-C camera. It's from the A6000 range series of cameras. Now, this has got a 7.5 times zoom, so this is often considered the perfect travel lens. It's an 18-135. In full frame terms, that's 28 to 200 millimeters zoom range. Now, because I also like to shoot with shallow depth of field, especially for portraits where I like to isolate my sitter from the background, I'm also carrying a 50mm f1.8 lens in this camera bag as well. So not only do you get the APS-C camera with 7.5 times zoom, you also get an additional lens in this bag. Now, there is a front pocket as well for spare batteries, memory cards, etc. But it is the larger of these two bags that I really want to showcase, because as I said, this is going to be the bag that I take on my next camera location shoot. Now, I've got these an extender here on the side of this bag. Now, you can buy a whole range of attachments that attach to the little webbing straps on the side of these bags. These straps here, these loops, are on the front of the Pilot 7L and 10L bags as well. Let's take a look at this attachment here. So I've got inside of this bag, which quickly detaches, as you can see, I've got an iPhone Pro Max there, so you can see that that is a good way to carry your smartphone if you don't want to be putting that in your pocket. Now, on top of these bags, we have loop systems, and I'll show you how useful those loops are, because in the top of this bag I'm actually carrying a small tripod. This is a tabletop tripod. I'll also use this on location for my landscape shoots. This is a little Leo Photo. Premium quality tabletop tripod here with a very small ball head attachment. Now, the This is great when I'm maybe vlogging, but also, as I said, for landscape. I do like a low vantage of point for my landscape shots, which is just as well, because this doesn't extend too much higher. It does extend a little bit higher because we've got these extending legs, but this is most of use when we're on uneven ground. So I'll put that to one side. In fact, I'll just show you those loops, how useful those loops on the top of the bag are first. So let's just put that tripod back in the little carrying case, which comes with that tripod. And as you can see, I can push that underneath the loop of this bag and use that as a carrying point. Now I've got a little carabiner on top of this little tripod bag, and that does allow me to secure it to the camera bag so that doesn't part company. If you're not interested in tabletop tripods, however, you might also be able to use those top loops for an umbrella that you might be carrying. This is quite a large umbrella, as you can see, but this will also go underneath the loops for times when it is not raining. So let's just remove that and see what else we're carrying in this little bag. I have to say that ideally I want to carry the smallest, lightest bag that I need just to carry the camera system that I'm interested in using. And I'm going even lighter than I'm going for my last shoot. Spending a month in India, I'll have a second bag, possibly the Pilot 10L with all of my other luggage, but this will be my primary working camera bag. So inside this camera bag, you'll see I have a compact full-frame mirrorless camera. This is Sony's Alpha A7C, and this has got one of their small compact prime lenses. This is the 50mm f2.5 lens on this camera. But because I like a range of primes, you're going to see that I've got 3 more prime lenses inside of this camera bag. Now, because I'll be changing lenses frequently, I also have a little rocket blower there. And inside of this little Wotancraft Hobbit bag here, you'll see that I have my longest focal length lens that I'll be using. And this is going to be typically, I usually travel with an 85mm f1.8 Sony, and that has been one of my favorite lenses, and it is a bargain basement lens for what you get. But I've just invested in an even smaller, more compact 90mm Sigma f2.8, and this is really quite a small lens for a 90mm focal length, and I am attracted to these small primes. And possibly you are also attracted to these small primes if you're watching this video. Now I have a 24mm f2.8 compact lens there, and one final lens. And to stop these lenses bouncing around in this camera bag, I'm also using the smaller of the Hobbit little bags to protect this lens. And this one contains the one of the very first full-frame E-mount lenses. This is the Sony 35mm f2.8 ZA, a Zeiss design lens. So there's my 4 lens kit, 24, 35, 50 and 90mm lenses, all with that full frame compact camera. Now there is a zip pocket on the front there, and I will put any accessories that I'm going to be carrying, such as 2 small Z series batteries there. There is also a zip pocket on the rear there, and if I just fish in there, you'll see I'm carrying a lens cleaning cloth and also a multi-tool. That multi-tool will be of use when I ever need to detach my Peak Design clip, and you can see I'm also carrying that Peak Design cuff strap, which is a quick detach there. I avoid using the neck straps when working with these compact full frame cameras, because I do prefer to work with the camera inconspicuously placed down by my side or slightly behind my back as I'm approaching complete strangers that I'm interested in taking portrait photographs of. I think this smaller pilot messenger bag has come at a good time for me as I'm planning my next 1 month trip to India. I think it's the perfect size as a companion piece of luggage and my only camera bag to go with the Pilot 10L, which will carry all of the rest of my luggage, including clothes, etc. So I think I've got the perfect luggage system for my next trip, and I continue to be a bit of a fan of these Wotancraft Pilot messenger bags. Okay, so if you're a Sony Alpha user, just make sure you check out my channel. I've also got a dedicated movie for reviewing the 7L and 10L if you're interested in those larger messenger bags from Wotancraft. Okay, so I'm Mark Gaylor, Sony Imaging Ambassador, and I'll catch you online next time.